Hello, here I am with a nice little half an hour core workout, particularly focused on some back strengthening, some gentle back strengthening and a little bit of stretching too. So we're going to warm up, we're going to have a little workout and then we're going to have a nice stretch. Okay, so make sure you've got enough space, a mat, wearing something comfortable, and let's go, shall we? Arms out to the side. Let's start with a little twist side to side. Whew. So hips are going back, opposite arm reaching towards opposite shin. Take a little twist. Lovely, a little bit of mobilization in the hips, in the spine. Let's turn the feet out a little bit and we're gonna, go side to side. Let's do it with a step actually, side to side. One side to start with, little step out, little step out, little step out. All right, take the other side. So bend the knee that you're stepping towards, lean into it. Little side step. Super. Whew. Great. Let's take the feet just wider than the hips. We'll take a big stretch up, soften the knees, come down into a forward fold, and then roll back up through. Up. And go again. Soften knees, lift the belly button up and in as we roll through these nice back strengthening, back stretching, sorry. Back loosening, forward folds. Take the feet a little wider if you need to. We're going to change this forward fold into a little deep squat here. So hands down, forward fold, come all the way back up. So you might not need to take your feet wider. It depends on your leg length, hip flexibility. Whew. See how it feels. Get a nice stretch and loosen through the back, stretch through those hips, legs. Let's do it one more time. Super. Come on up. Okay, either half star jumps, if that feels okay, or we can go to full star jumps if you want to get a little warmer, a little quicker. Up to you. So you can be here if that feels all right, but if it's too much, just come back to here, that's all right. We're just warming up, getting ready for our little workout here. Nice. And then we'll take the feet together or near to each other and take a little twist. So my feet are going one way, arms are going the other. You can take it slow here, or you can take it faster, a little bit more bouncy. Up to you. There we go. Nice little twist. If you don't want to twist, if you don't want to jump, you can shift through the heels, turn the toes out. Yeah, see how it feels. Whew. Okay, let's take a knee up and a hinge from the hips. Whew. Chest down, knee up, hinge, chest forward. Your back leg is lifting there. So we're trying to engage the glutes, mobilize those hips. Get a bit of balance going on. One more time, this side. Whew. Wow, let's do the other side. Yeah. Hey. Chest forward. Wow. Balance, knee up. No balance today. Chest forward. Knee up, yes. Whoa. Great. Let's do one more time. Super. And then either a march on the spot or a little jog. Let's just roll out these shoulders. Whew. And then the other way. Super. Okay, we're going to be spending a little bit of time on our hands today. So let's flick flick the hands, start to warm them up a bit. You can do this on the march or on the jog. Flick the hands, get the wrists going, and then we can go alternate hands up and down, here and here. Lovely. If it's too much with a jog, just do the hands or march. Yeah, up to you. Getting those wrists going. Yes. Super. Okay, let us begin. I'm going to step to the back of the mat. You can do this with knees down or knees up. We're going hands down and we're walking out a plank. That's where we're starting today. A walk out plank. So if you need to drop to your knees to walk it out, then you can drop to your knees here. Push it back up. Or you could go forward fold, knees here, and then walk out to a half plank. Yep, up to you. So full plank or half plank. Get a nice stretch down the back of your legs on the forward fold part. We've just begun the workout though. We've got this one, and then we've got 19 more exercises. So take it easy. Don't overdo it to start with. Whew. Take it at whatever level you need to be at. Whew. There. So pulling the tummy in. Oh, brace. Whew. Nice, strong core position. I'm going to find my notes so I know what's next. Okay, you're going to go down on the floor on your front, and we're going to lift the arms in 4 positions. So position 1 is here, hands are overhead. Position 2 is a Y shape here. Position 3 is a T shape, and then position 4 is here beside you. So on the floor, lie down flat, arms above your head, and then we're just lifting the arms. So we're not lifting the torso, just lifting the arms here. So hands are right up overhead, straight up. Super. Right, let's take the Y. Take the arms wide. So we're here. I'll show you. You can dip down on the floor. We're here. Arms are squeezing back. Squeezing back up towards the ceiling or the sky. There. Super. Right, now take the arms wide and pull them back. So we're really pulling into that mid upper back. Pull the arms back towards each other using gravity and the weight of our arms to strengthen our mid and upper back there. Great. Now last one, arms down. We're pulling back here. So you're lying down flat on the mat. I'm just showing you kneeling up. It's not clear when I'm lying down. So we're here, pulling back. Body staying still, pulling back. Do a couple more there. Great. Into a horse stance. So on your hands, on your knees, we're going to lift one arm and the opposite leg, reach it out through, and then do the other side. Reach. So we kick out with that back heel. Reach forward with the front arm. We're here. The back stay nice and straight, flat if you can. There. And then the leg is kicking out to about hip height. See how it feels. So it doesn't need to lift higher than the hips. Whoa. Opposite hand. I did the wrong leg, didn't I? Opposite hand, opposite leg. Here. So we feel the glutes firing up a little. We feel the upper back squeezing as we lift and reach. And then really pull the front body in. So front body is pulling up and in. So we've got that lovely core awareness. Reach. Super. All right. And then from this horse stance position on all fours, you're going to tuck your toes, take your hands a little wider, and then push, lift from the hips. We're coming to a down face dog. So we're here, lovely stretch through the back, lovely stretch through the back and legs, and then we're going to walk it over into plank position, and then push back to down dog. So option here is to come to half plank. You can release the toes there. Make sure the hands stay under the wrists stay under the shoulders for your plank. And then push back to your down dog, or claw through the fingers. Yes. So we take the pressure off the wrists by not just dumping down into the wrists here. We use the whole of the hand to hold yourself in that plank position. Lovely. Okay, let's do one more like that. Lift the hips high. Push the heels down and then roll it over, plank or half plank. Great. Come back to your horse stance position, and this time we're going to reach opposite arm and leg forward and then out to the side, back and in, then switch forward, out, right and left, back and in. Go again. So you've got that lovely length through your spine, through your limbs. Yes. Great. And we're trying to keep the leg around hip height as we go side to side, but it's going to depend on your flexibility of your hips, so don't worry too much about it. And again. Great. Reach, reach, reach wide. Yes. Okay, let's do one more on each side then. One more on each side. Super. Last one. Okay, hands back just wider than your shoulders. Tuck your toes. We're going back to that down dog position. Here we are. Push the hips, lift from the hips. Up we go. And then we're rolling forward, drop into the knees and come into a nice little press up. Tuck toes, down dog. Now if you want to, you don't have to drop to your knees for the press up. You could do a press up on your toes. It's up to you. Or if it's too much on the front of your knees, you can come here to your box position. You can bend your elbows and lift them for the press up option. Okay, so 3 options. Make it work for you. Here, over, up to you. Wherever you want to be. Front of knees, toes. Hips up high for the down dog, or we can come here in your box position. Great. Okay, back to your tummies again then. Back to your tummy, sorry. Don't have more than one, not a cow. Hand under your shoulders. Feet are out long. And we're going to lift and lower. So strengthening this lower back. We're not looking to push up really high. Squeezing the glutes, lifting and lowering. So depending on your flexibility of your spine, you might come up a bit higher than me, or you might not come up as high. It doesn't matter. We're just lifting and lowering. That's it. Yeah, go again, go again. Couple more like that. Great. Okay, you can do this from the front of your knees or your feet. I'll show you from the front of your knees first. We're going to go rotating plank. So hand comes in the middle under your shoulder. We rotate around, extend that top leg. Back over the knees, extend and lift. Or we can go from toes. Here, plank position, roll it around, lift. So on the side of the feet, hips are stacked. And roll. So up to you, knees or feet, whatever's going to feel best for your body today. Hand stays under the shoulder. As soon as you get tired, you might start to bring your hand around your head a bit, so pull it in back under your shoulder. If your wrists are feeling this too much, you can do it from your elbows. You can go here. Yeah, into a hover. And then over to the side. Up to you. Great. Okay. Back down to your tummy. We're going one baby cobra. Hands back under shoulders, tuck the toes, push up through your plank, and then to down dog. Oh, give a little push. back down through. So here, plank, half plank, you can come down to your knees, that's fine. Down to the floor. Little baby cobra. Release down. Tuck toes, or push up to front of knees, and then down dog. So we get that lovely stretch, lovely bit of strengthening in between. Lower down, tuck the elbows. You might want to shift the body weight forward slightly as we lower down. But do that from your knees or your toes, it doesn't matter. Yeah, back up to the front of your knees or back up to toes. All right. Last one then. Let's push up into downward dog. And then we're coming back to a plank. So we're here or here. We're going to take one arm at a time, one hand at a time, and bring it to your hip. So a little row. We're lifting the elbow up high and we're pulling that arm back into the hip. So do that from your feet or from your front of knees. But as you lift the arm, you're going to try and keep the hips nice and stable. So if your hips are rocking around all over the place, then bring it back down to your knees. Or even look, if you feel wobbly on the front of your knees, you could be here in your lovely strong horse stance. Here on the front of your knees. Yeah, pull it back, little plank row. Or here, toes. Okay, last one then. Bring it back down to horse stance. We're going opposite arm and opposite leg once more. And this time we're squeezing in, bringing chin to chest, bringing knee up towards chest, and then reaching out. So we'll do the same leg, same arm. Well, it's the opposite leg and opposite arm, but we're going to repeat one side here. So we've got that lovely strengthening, rounding through the spine, so we get a lovely spine or release as well. We've got a fair amount of strengthening through the glutes going on, and we're not collapsing into either this hand or this hip. We're trying to stay strong in the body. This is what we're trying to do. Great. Okay, let's do one more and then come back to center. So reach, lengthen, tuck, stretch, kick that back heel out, that's it, and then curl up through. Reach, 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 really long, and then make yourself really small and all curled up. Great. So again, trying to stay stable in that body, so we're not collapsing into this hip. Whoop. Couple more on this side then. So remember, you take a break whenever you need to. I'm just continuing, but if you do a couple of reps and you need to take a break, that's fine. Whew. All right, back to all fours. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Tuck your toes, and then we're going to press away from the mat, lift through the knees and hover. We're going to hold it here for 3 breaths. Come down earlier if you need to. Feel a little bit of heat through the thighs, through the core. Bring it back down. A little roll out. We do that again. Ready? Get yourself in that nice strong position here. Hands under shoulders. Claw through the fingers, tuck the toes, lift the knees and push away from the mat. So we're not looking to lift the knees really, really high here. We're just here, hovering over the mat. And release it down. Let's do that one more time. One more time. Ready? Get yourself in position. Hands spread, fingers spread. Press into the fingertips, press into the hands, and let's rise. 3 breaths. 2 breaths. Last breath here. And then down through the knees. Come on around onto your bum. Here we go then. So we're in this Nice sitting up position, sat up position. Up on your sit bones, and then we're just going to lean back and lift up. So we're not going all the way down onto our backs. We're just starting to engage the abdominals, trying to make it work in your abdominals rather than down in your hip flexors. So really lift the chest, pull the shoulders back, lean back into it. And if you feel like your hips are taking over, then you can either not come back as far, or you could just lightly have your hands behind you and lower and lift here. So we can involve the arms a bit if that's better for you. Let's see what works. See what works in your body today. Just leaning back into it. Great. One more then. Keeping the chest lifted. Whee! Great. Okay, here's your challenge. Rolling back over. We've got that bulldog position again. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips, tuck the toes. We're in bulldog position, and then we're going to step the feet forward, wide of your hands, and come up to a squat. So from the front, we've got a wide foot squat position, sinking down into it. Hands come down, we step back to that bulldog hover, and then we come forward again, whoa, and send the chest up and the hips back. Super, let's do it again. So if you get to your bulldog position, whoa, and you need to rest your knees down, have a little break, then do that, that's fine. Okay, up to you. Or you can just work continuously. We've got one more to do. Yeah, push up, chest up, whoa, hands down, let's step it back to bulldog. Whoops, went a bit too far. Knees down, right, over onto your bum again. Great, how you doing? Feeling all right? We're here, hands reaching forward. We're crisscrossing one foot over the other, lifting, hold for a breath. Whew. Feet down, crisscross the other foot on top. Lift your legs, lean back, if that feels okay. If you start collapsing in the back as you lift the legs, just don't lift them. We can go here. You could lift one leg and lower it instead of the crisscross. Lift the other leg and lower it, or continue with your crisscross. Crisscross your legs, lean back, chest is up, back's long, lower. Crisscross the other side, or you can continue with the one leg at a time lifting. Yep, make it work for you. Whew. Let's do one more each side. Whew. Great. Okay, back we go. Okay, two options here. We're in plank position. So you can either be in a full plank, toes plank here, and we can lower one knee at a time. It's option one. Option number two, both knees are lowered and we're lifting one knee at a time. So it's up to you. There's a lot of core work going on whichever option you're taking. See what feels better. If you're feeling wristy, we've been on the hands quite a lot for this workout. You can be down on your elbows for this, absolutely, but just watch out that your hips are still down in a nice long line. You're not up here with your hips still high. So up to you. We could be here on the elbows and the toes and tapping, or we could be here on the elbows and the knees and lifting and lifting. Okay, up to you. Right, from here, we're going to be on our hands again, if that feels all right. We're in a plank, and then we're walking forward into a bulldog. Okay, so there's our starting position. It's going to be a bulldog here. So tuck toes, claw through fingers, lift the knees. We're tapping back to plank, woo-hoo, and bringing it into a bulldog. And then you can either continue or take a little break there. So you can have a little break between each bulldog into plank, or if it feels too much, be on your knees, release the toes, and take one leg out at a time. So here's your option, one leg out at a time. Yep, this is still working nice and hard. Or we can be here, walk it out, walk it back in, and either take that rest or carry on. Yep. Whew. bulldog to plank. Yep, nice. Nice. Okay, we're into our last two. We're here on our feet, hands are under shoulders, fingertips are facing towards the bottom, and then we've got feet hip width apart. We're going to lift into tabletop and we're going to lower. Yeah, lift. So squeeze the glutes, engage that back body, open the chest, claw through the fingers. Yes. Whew. We've got that back body working hard to lift up towards the sky. Great. So take as much of a rest as you need to between repetitions. Let's do two more. Last one more, and then we're into our last exercise of the morning. Feet can stay where they are. Lie yourself down on your mat, feet still hip width apart, and we're going to lift and lower into a lovely hip bridge. So strengthening the glutes nicely. Whew. Yes, there we are. Squeeze the glutes to lift. So we're pushing into the feet, pushing into the shoulders, but taking the work in the glutes. Squeeze, lengthen and lift. Great, we're so nearly there, so nearly done. Let's take 3 more reps, nice and slow, no rush. Last one, here it comes. Squeeze. All right, bring the knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a little hug and a little rock side to side. Whew, we did it. It is done. Let's have a lovely little stretch. A lovely little release. If that doesn't feel nice to rock, leave the rock out. Just pull your knees in towards your chest. Yes. Okay. Let's bring shins parallel to the floor-ish, arms wide, and then we're going to shift the knees down to one side. Oh, and take this lovely twist through the spine. So you might extend this top leg, you might not. You might bring the knees up towards the chest. You might lift the head, or look back over the opposite shoulder. Just relax into that twist. Lovely spinal release. And then we're going to engage the core, come back up through the centre, reposition the hips if you need to, and then back to the other side. Whoa. Maybe lift that head and look back over the opposite shoulder. Again, you can make adjustments with this top leg if you want to, or it might just feel nice where it's ended up. Whew. Super, lovely lower back release, spinal twist. Back to centre. Feet to floor, and then let's take a glute stretch. So crisscross, one over the other, reach through, thread your needle, through it comes, take hold of that thigh, flex the top foot, push the top knee away from you, get that lovely stretch through your glute. And then if it feels nice, you can extend this bottom leg, maybe extend it halfway. It'll feel lovely. Let's see how it feels for you. Super, let's switch. Other leg on top, other leg under. Reach. A lovely stretch in your glutes. Flex. And then extend it if you want to. Might give you a hamstring stretch as well, or it might just pull this leg a bit closer into your body. There we go. Release. Give yourself a nice little hug in with your knees, and then if it feels good, take hold behind the thighs again, and we can rock forward and back this time. Again, this can feel really lovely on your spine and give you a nice massage, or it can feel uncomfortable. So see how it feels for you today. Do it if it feels okay. If it feels lovely, you can do a few more. Otherwise, we're coming up and over we go. Onto your hands, onto your knees. Let's come through a little cat and cow. So knees are under hips, hands are under shoulders. We're tucking the chin, tucking the tail, pushing the spine up towards the sky. Oh, and then come back down through, push the tummy out, down towards the floor, tailbone lifts, chin lifts. Coming through, a couple more. Rounding off. So really engage through those arms, don't dump into the shoulders, we're pushing up away from the mat as we do this. Lovely stretch. Super. Back to centre. Bring your legs together, feet together, and send the hips back for a lovely child pose. We'll start with the hands reaching out in front. And you can release the head. Maybe it reaches down towards the mat, maybe not, but just release. And then push your body weight forward. Come all the way down to your tummy. And then we can take a little release here. So you can push up through your shoulders for that little front body release. So maybe you come up onto your hands. Maybe you come up onto your elbows here. I like to do this one from my elbows and push my tummy out and get a nice little abdominal release. See how it feels for you. Hands back under shoulders, knees are together, and we'll push back into that child pose again. Here. This time, let's bring the hands out behind you, release the head, let the shoulders release. Oh. Get that lovely release in your back. Great, hands back, under shoulders, or just forward slightly, tuck toes, and then let's push hips back, and we'll come into a forward fold. So I'm walking my hands towards my feet. I'm just going to walk down the mat a little bit, and then let yourself hang out here. So we've got soft knees, heads hanging low. And you might rock a little bit side to side. Come back to centre. Very slowly, let's come on up. All the way. Let's take one foot behind the other. Same arm as the leg that's threaded behind. There. Over we go. Yes. Nice little side body stretch. Whew. Release. Let's do the other side. Up. And over. Oh, I just got a little bit of sun on my face just to finish the workout. How wonderful. Clasp the hands, push them up and away. Soften the knees, big full body stretch. And you're done. Well done. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.